Hello everyone, we're going to make an Easter garden, and to do that we're going to need a few things. We'll talk through that in one moment. First question we need to answer is, Dave, what's an Easter garden? Well, an Easter garden is what we commonly call a little representation, a little scene, a little diorama, if you will, of the Easter scene. So we normally do it of the tomb open and empty because Jesus is alive. Maybe we'll have some grass in our garden, maybe we'll have some stones making a little pebble pathway up to the tomb, maybe we'll have a big stone that's rolled away from the tomb, maybe we'll have a cross in the background to remind us of why there was a tomb in the first place. All that good stuff. But first, what we're going to need? Well, we're going to need some gloves. I like wearing gloves because I'm going out in the garden and I'm going to get messy. First thing I'm going to have is a tray of some sort. This could be a plastic tray. I'm using a little cardboard tray here. But any kind of tray to contain what we're making. Then I need a trowel, something to help me dig up the things that I'm collecting. The things that I'm collecting, I'm going to put in these little plastic pots. You don't have to use plastic pots, you could use your bucket from the seaside when you go to the seaside, your bucket and spade stuff. And then I'm going to use this little broken plant pot. It doesn't matter that it's broken, you'll see why in a bit, but I'm going to use a broken plant pot. To give you a rough idea of where we're going, this is going to be our empty tomb. So I just need it to roughly be a circle shape so I can build around it. Are you ready to go and collect stuff outside? Ask your grown-up for permission, right? We're not just digging up the best roses in the garden. We're going for some twigs, some leaves, and some grass. Maybe some stones too. Right, let's get our bits and let's go outside. We are back inside and we are now making the Easter garden. We're putting it together. Now you can see already I've cheated a little bit. I did some of my assembling outdoors. I filled my tray with earth and I've put my plant pot in there to make the opening of the tomb. Now I cheated a little bit. I put some little bits of broken wood at the bottom of my tray so I didn't have to use up as much earth to fill it up. But I've also got some little bits of stone here and I've got a weed. I did ask, it's not a valuable plant, it is just a weed, and I thought we could plant our weed at the back here or maybe at the side just to make our garden really look like a real garden, because only real gardens have plants. And I thought in this miniature version it would look like a plant, wouldn't it? It didn't look like a weed here. Here it just looks like a nice big, maybe like a palm bush or tree. So that's that used up. Now I've got all of these twigs here and I'm going to put these twigs along the outside. Don't need to wear these gloves now, do I? I'm not outside in the mucky garden anymore. Right, I'm going to put these around here to make like a fence or a perimeter edge to my garden. Put these here. Oh, this looks good. Good work, Dave. Well done. And also, I'm going to get 2 pieces of stick here and I'm just going to lash them together simply to try and emulate a cross for Jesus. And this is going to go in the background to remind us of why we have this garden in the first place. So this isn't going to be the front. Our Easter garden primarily is reminding us that the tomb is empty, the grave is empty, Jesus has risen. But in the background, that's why we're here in the first place. So let's carry on putting some of those in there. Now I would like to make a nice garden path. I think we should have a slab inside our tomb here where Jesus' body would have been. This can make it look a little bit like a rockery, can't it, here, if we put these around. The nice sandy colour, and this is because we're in the Middle East, remember, it wouldn't look really nice and green like this. It would probably have looked very sandy, very dusty, and very dry, rather than our English green. Here we go. So that's our little pathway leading up to. Now, got a level with you. I couldn't find a good roll-away stone. So I'm going to use this little bit of like slate that I found on the floor, and it's not a good roll-away stone, it is a slate, but that's going to pretend to be my stone that covered the entrance. It's no way near big enough, it's not a good one. Maybe I should go out in the garden and have another look. Maybe I should do better. But that's what I'm going to pretend. That's the stone which the angels rolled away and then sat on top of and told the disciples, he's not here, he's risen. Now, I don't know about you and where you live. Maybe you live in a flat and you don't have a garden that's easy to get to. You could make your Easter garden out of anything. You could make your Easter garden out of Playmobil or Lego or wooden blocks, or just about anything you can think of. So if you have a garden and you're allowed to go foraging and go and collect things, why not make your Easter garden out of garden bits? Because it's good fun getting out there and getting mucky, even if you're a grown-up like me who's boring and wears gloves. But if you don't have a garden that you're able to go and ferret around in and find bits and pieces, why not make it out of something else instead? Whatever you do, I hope you have loads of fun making your Easter garden to remind you that he's not here, he is risen. Hey, have a brilliant Easter, and I pray that God's grace and his peace would be with you. Have a fantastic holiday, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.